Welcome to my scientifically informed insider look at mental health topics. If you find this video to be interesting or helpful, please like it and subscribe to my channel. Hello, this is Dr. Grande. Today's question asks if I can look at some statements that narcissists make and then talk about what the narcissist is thinking behind those statements. So what they are saying and then what they are thinking. So I'm going to answer this question by looking at 10 situations and then looking at one or more statements that would occur in response to those situations and one or more thoughts with each of those statements. So again, this will be situation, statement, and then thought. So starting with number one. So this would be a situation where somebody really has to pay a compliment to another person. This happens even to narcissists. They see somebody with a clear skill and they really can't deny that that person has that skill. For example, if you see somebody who has an incredible musical talent. So that's the situation. The statement would be, not bad, but I bet that's the only thing they know how to do well, right? So we see minimizing here right off the bat. The thought that goes along with this statement could be, minimizing their talent means more admiration for me, right? The narcissist gets ahead in their mind by putting other people down. The next statement could be, well, they're okay, I guess, but I've heard better. So really just another version of minimizing. The thoughts behind this statement, it's not fair that this person is better at me than anything. This is a pretty common position for the narcissist. They're really offended that anybody can do anything better than them, right? They don't want to give up any ground. The next thought behind that particular statement about I've heard better, I hope this person's high level of skill does not distract people from paying attention to me. So just a simple threat model there. They're worried that their admiration source might be threatened. And another thought here could be, I could develop that same level of skill if I felt like wasting my time, right? So they're really kind of getting two things in there with that particular thought. They believe that they can accomplish the same level of musical talent as that person they're looking at, which of course is probably very unrealistic, but they also are minimizing that person's development of their talent, suggesting that working on a talent like that is simply wasting your life away. Moving to situation number two. This is a situation where you're trying to communicate something positive to the narcissist. So perhaps you're telling them about a story where you ran into an old teacher of yours and you didn't recognize them at first, right? You didn't recognize the teacher. So 90% of the story would be about how things are going with the teacher, right? That's what the story's really about. You met them, you didn't recognize them, and then they told you kind of how things have been going for the last many years. So the statement here, you really couldn't remember somebody that taught you for over a year, right? So notice that they're not even focused on the main part of the story. Rather, they're looking to deliver an insult. So the thought behind this could be, I'm so happy I was able to find a way to insult this person, even though the story had nothing to do with their weaknesses, right? So again, this is pretty common with a narcissist. They really enjoy finding a way to insult other people. Another thought here, finding people's weaknesses is my strength. Now, what's really interesting about this thought here, of course, is that narcissists aren't actually good at finding other people's weaknesses. They're good at saying bad things about other people. Again, good at insulting other people. But identifying weaknesses would require insight and having a fairly good understanding of human nature. It's two things we don't really tend to see with narcissists. Situation number three, the narcissist viciously criticizes another person, right? We see this a lot in romantic relationships and work settings and other places. So the statement here, I'm only telling you the truth for your own good, right? So this statement is really making two assumptions, that they're telling the truth and that they have your best interest at heart. The thought here, I'm only lying for my own good, right? So here the thought's a lot more realistic. Another statement here, even though you're terrible in so many ways, maybe someday you can be good enough to understand how great I am. So they could be criticizing people so that those people can understand the narcissist's greatness. That doesn't make a lot of sense to non-narcissists, but to narcissists that makes complete sense. The thought here, understanding my greatness is the best that many people can hope for in life. Moving to the fourth situation, this is when the narcissist is confronted about their integrity. And of course, because of the behavior of the narcissist, their integrity is often brought into question. So the statement, how dare you challenge my integrity? Who are you to confront me? So we see arrogance and a condescending attitude kind of wrapped up in this statement. The thought here, I'm offended when people feel like they are good enough to criticize me. So it's beyond just the insult of the criticism. It's that somebody would believe that they're on the level where they can even deliver a criticism to a narcissist. The next statement for this same challenge to integrity, I never lie. Alternatively, they may say something like, I always tell the truth. The thought here, whatever I say should become the truth. So in a sense, I really don't lie at all. This really speaks to the strong self-deceptive nature of narcissism. The third statement, my integrity is beyond reproach. Kind of a simple delivery there. They're just going to say, look, my integrity just can't be challenged. The thought here, nobody will say this about me, so I'm forced to say it myself. And this could also be kind of where they're insulted too, right? They're insulted to have to say it. Other people should be thinking of this and saying it for them. Other people should be coming to their defense. Instead, they're forced to go ahead and say it themselves. That's an insult to them. Situation 5 is when the narcissist tries to challenge another person's integrity. So they try to challenge your integrity. Sign 4 was you're challenging their integrity, right? So with sign 5, they go and look to try to challenge somebody else. The statement, everyone else feels the same way that I do. You are alone, right? So they're trying to pretend like everybody's thinking the way they do when they challenge your integrity. The thought here, I hope they don't check with everybody else, right? Because they know it's not true. And another thought, if I isolate them, they will be easier to manipulate. This, of course, is one of the key strategies that a narcissist uses, isolation. They want you to believe that you're alone and that they have the majority on their side. Situation number 6, this is when the narcissist is talking about their own failed romantic history. The statement, all my past romantic partners were losers. The thought here, anyone who doesn't think I'm perfect or who rejected me is categorized as a loser. Another thought, if we end up having troubles romantically or if you leave me, this is what I will say about you to my next romantic interest, right? So it's pretty clear to see how they treat past boyfriends or girlfriends. That's how you're going to be treated if you become a past boyfriend or girlfriend. Moving to situation number 7, this is when the narcissist is trying to defend against others' accusations that they are being abusive in a romantic relationship. So the narcissist is with another person. People that are friends of that person come forward and say to the narcissist, look, you have been causing harm, right? So that's the situation. But the conversation would be between the two people who are romantically involved. So the statement, those people can't understand how deep and special our relationship is. The thought behind this, I'm so special that any relationship I have must be special too. Another statement here, those other people are just jealous of our love, right? So the thought here would be a good strategy for getting my romantic partner to side with me is being narcissistic together. It's us against the world. Now, this is something we see that narcissists do not only in romantic situations, but in work situations. They'll try to get other people to behave narcissistically along with them, right? That can actually serve their purpose. In the romantic situation, now they have the romantic partner kind of on their side against those legitimate critics. In a work situation, the narcissist recruits these narcissistic agents to help discriminate against other people or retaliate against other people that they want out of the organization or that they simply want to cause harm to. Moving to situation number 8, this is when the narcissist is attempting to apologize, right? So the statements here, it doesn't make any sense that you feel that way, but I'm sorry that you feel that way. Another statement, I'm sorry your reaction is not normal, right? It's not even really an apology. Next statement, I know you need me to say this, so here you go. I'm sorry. Or sometimes we hear, I'm sorry, are you satisfied now? So with all of these statements, we see really similar thoughts. And that would be, I'm humiliated to have to say the words, I'm sorry, but framing the words this way makes it like I'm not really saying it at all. So this really speaks to the idea of an insincere apology. Is an insincere apology an apology at all? Not really. The word insincere essentially invalidates the construct of apologizing. Moving to situation 9, this is when a narcissist finds out terrible news about somebody else. For example, they find out that another person has a serious medical disorder. The statement, I hope it's not contagious. The thought behind that, who cares what happens to them? I need to focus on myself. Another statement could be, well, life is tough, right? Just kind of a callous and direct statement. one that shows a lack of empathy. The thought here could be, why do ordinary people waste their time telling me about their bad fortune? My time is valuable. Now moving to the last situation, number 10, we really see the flip side of what I was talking about in number 9. This is when the narcissist develops a serious illness themselves, right? Instead of somebody else developing the illness, the narcissist has developed it. The statement here, I can't believe this happened to me. What did I do to deserve this? The thought behind that, why are people wasting time to help others when they could be spending their time helping me? A lot of times when we see this type of reaction in a narcissist, there's this sense of genuine confusion. They really don't understand why people try to help a multitude of other people. The effort should be focused just on the narcissist, at least in their way of thinking. Another statement, what will people do without me? Right? This is kind of an existential statement. They're facing the end of their own life, and they worry, sort of, about the world. It's really more of a grandiose statement than any genuine worry. The thought behind this statement could be, does anybody understand what losing me would mean to the world? Right? So again, just grandiosity and no connection with logical reasoning. In a sense, they really do believe that people should be upset because of the tremendous damage worldwide that losing them would cause. So it's much more than thinking that friends or family or other people kind of close to the narcissist might be upset. They really believe that the whole world is going to take a massive hit because of the loss of the narcissist, right? Because of their life ending. It's a major catastrophe, and they expect people to react in accordance with that. They need people to be running around and alarmed and doing their best to help them, sacrificing everything to help the narcissist recover. So we see the self-centeredness, the grandiosity, and the sense of being special kind of combined with that one. So those are 10 situations and some statements and thoughts that go along with them. Some of these are fairly common situations we see with narcissists. Other situations don't happen too often, but we still see common reactions. Many narcissists tend to react the same way to those different stimuli. Now, I know whenever I talk about narcissism, there will be a variety of opinions. Please put any opinions and thoughts in the comment section. They always generate an interesting dialogue. As always, I hope you found my analysis of this topic to be interesting. Thanks for watching.